Hey guys, it's Matt here again for another weekend video. I'm going to do another hard rock one, like my last weekend's AC/DC show. This is going to be following the career of Michael Schenker for about 10 years. For his UFO albums and the first, Michael Schenker group records. This is going to go from 74 to 83, I guess. So I'll be covering the classic UFO stuff first. I'm going to use this UFO Complete Studio albums 74 to 86, but I'm just going to use the Michael Schenker stuff. Of course, UFO did two albums before this, and then I think a live album too. But Phenomenon is what we're going to start with. This is when they first, dipped their feet into kind of what was, metal at the time. Very, very European metal. Michael had been playing with Scorpions before this, I think, but he was only, 19 when he joined UFO. And it's a pretty good record. I'm fairly sure that I put it on my 1974 year's best show. But really, have to fall out. Rock Bottom, which is an all-time classic, and Dr. Doctor are the standouts. You've still got a little bit of their, UFO's kind of space rock sound on here, but this is a better album than anything that UFO had done prior. They're not really letting, Michael take off. Well, because the band has not really decided what it wants to be yet, I do recommend the record. I do like it, Rock Bottom is almost my favorite UFO song. Whether this version is better than the epic 11-minute version that's on the Strangers in the Night album is up to you, but I do enjoy the record. All right. I guess a little bit of background. So UFO were a British group, right? But Schenker is German, so. But the style, the two approaches gelled, I think, nicely. Schenker ended up being a pretty good, foil or songwriter partner to Phil Mogg, the singer. Okay, 1975's Force It is a considerably better album. This is virtually a complete metal album, 3/4 of it anyway. I like almost the whole thing that's on here. Let it roll. Mary, Mary. I'm sorry, Mary, Mary. There's a Monkeys and Mary. Mother Mary. Shoot, shoot. Love, lost love. What else is on here? Dance your life away. Oh, I can read the Out in the Street is pretty good. This Kid. The whole thing is good. It's their first really solid, metal album. You can call it metal, but it's that Euro metal. It's melodic. Eventually, it would embrace, the band would embrace kind of power ballads. Anyways, a stronger album than Phenomenon. Now, in '76, there was no heavy petting. This is either more of the same. It's kind of almost like a son of Force It, or it's a step down depending upon your point of view. Fans differ. Michael, of course, is the blonde one. I'm a fan. I like the album. It's not quite as good as Force It, but fine nonetheless. Can You Roll Her is interesting. A Highway Lady. Natural Thing, of course. Reasons Love. What else is on here? I'm a Loser, I think. Well, you really can't. You can read the bonus tracks easier than you can the songs that are on the album. Anyways, I like it. So it follows that UFO pattern of kind of a progression, a slight step down, a progression. So. The next one would be better. 1977's Lights Out, which is considered to be their best album by many. It's a melodic, record. It sounds tailor-made for the radio. This is the first time, I would have been 12 years old in 1977, that I first really started hearing about the band. I don't remember there being playing songs on the radio, rock radio stations, before the Lights Out album. But of course, the title track is a classic. Love to Love is one of my favorite, songs of theirs. It's some other people's. I can't remember. I once read some musicians who said that was their favorite UFO song too, and now I can't remember who it was. So I'm not going to offer a guess right now, but that's a classic UFO tune. No, it's not here. Oh, I can read these. Electric Phase is kind of a metal one. That's right. They do Alone Again, or the Love song, the Arthur Lee song. Whom didn't the Damned do that later on too? Getting Ready. Yeah, Just Another Suicides. It's a great record. All right, possibly their best. Maybe their best studio album. Obsession, I go back and forth with. I used to think it was a step down, from Lights Out. This is 1978. This is the last studio album that Michael would make with the band. I rather like it again. Like I said, I go in and out. I took down some notes on this one. Pack It Up, Hot and Ready, Only You Can Rock Me, which is another one of their radio hits. You Don't Fool Me. It's not entirely good. There's some substandard stuff on here, but it's as the last of the Michael studio albums, and because I was into them at the time, I do like this. It's not as good as Force It, but I like it regardless. Now I showed this. This is my Strangers in the Night box set when I did either my 1979 best 70 albums of the year show, or my best live albums show. But this is all what, 8? Wow. No. Okay, you get the first 2 CDs are the Strangers in the Night album, which was a double disc, LP set. Then you get the Chicago, Illinois show, the Kenosha Ice Arena show from Wisconsin, the Youngstown, Ohio show, one from the Agora Theater in Cleveland, Ohio, the Agora Ballroom in Columbus, Ohio. Wow. And the Louisville Gardens, Kentucky show. So all these shows that they tape to make this album. Strangers in the Night, if you wanted to say this is the best UFO album, I wouldn't argue with you, because these are damn near definitive versions of some of these songs. All of their biggies are here. What you got here? Natural Thing, Out in the Street, Only You Can Rock Me, Doctor, Mother Mary, This Kid, I forgot to mention This Kid's earlier. Love to Love, Lights Out, Rock Bottom, Too Hot to Handle, I'm a Loser, Let It Roll, Shoot. Did I forget to mention Shoot too? Jeez. All great UFO tunes. This is like a UFO's greatest hits at the time, and all done in a superlative manner. Michael playing in, maybe the best he ever played, come to think of it. I love this album. So there you go. After that, in 79, this is the same year as Strangers in the Night, he played on the Scorpions' Love Drive album, which I think is a good album. It's not, again, it's like Obsession, where it's not entirely great, but I really like the songs I like. The thing is, he's playing with 2 other guitar players on that album. Oh, by the way, Rudolf Schenker was is his brother, and Rudolf Schenker was in the Scorpions. So I never quite know which guitar player is playing what on that album, but I do like it. It's called Love Drive, and I talked about it kind of, sort of, on my 1979 show. So back to Michael. I'm going to put the UFO stuff away. I do recommend this box. It's cheap on Amazon. We're going to go to the MSG, the little box set of the Michael Schenker group, which is going to cover his material from 80 to 83. This isn't, I recommend the UFO set. I recommend this stuff. unlike the UFO set, this comes with a nice booklet to, read about the albums. Okay, 1980, Michael Schenker Group. Yeah, we ate this up in 1980. He was like the hot guitar player for the time. Along with Eddie, and you had Randy Rhoads up and coming, but Schenker. I like this. He's got what's the guy's name? Gary Bardens on vocals. It's not that different from UFO. It's what I call Euro metal. It's Michael is not the bluesiest guitar player in the world. He's got those classical influences, much like Ritchie Blackmore did. I'm attracted to that, because so much guitar playing that I listen to is blues based. That I'm interested in how the Europeans did it. So I took some notes here. Roger Glover produced it. See, that I took notes because I would have forgotten to tell you guys that. So it's got Into the Arena, which is, outstanding track. Armed and Ready, Cry for the Nations, and of course Lost Horizons was the classic. That's the one that you heard. It kind of has this epic feel to it, and it's the last song on the album, right? Yeah. I like it. Many people think this is the Michael Schenker Group's best record. It could be. Okay. Somewhat of a letdown. Again, there's that back and forth thing with Michael's career. Is MSG, of course, the Michael Schenker Group. From 81, I was living in Stockton when this came out. I'd moved away from San Diego. I would come back to San Diego the next year. It's kind of indicative of that year, 81. 81 was still a good year for rock, but it wasn't as good as 1980. This is a pretty good record, but it's not as good as the Michael Schenker Group, from the previous year. Listen to these titles: Ready to Rock, Attack of the Mad Axeman, Looking for Love. So, it's metal was kind of getting into its generic phase at this time. I still liked it. It's Michael, and I was following his career still ardently. But I thought this was somewhat of a disappointment at the time. What did I write down here? It's Cozy Powell on drums, but the drumming doesn't really impress me. I don't know. It's not bad, I guess. It's the weakest, though, of the three Michael Schenker Group albums I'm going to show you today. There was a live album after that, which is pretty good, but I don't have it. Here's Assault Attack, which fans go back and forth on this. Some Michael fans think this is one of the group's best albums, which it is. Others think it's just, not more or less along the same lines as the MSG album. I don't think so. I like it a lot. It's well produced. Desert Song is fantastic. Assault Attack, Samurai. What else is on here? Broken Promises. I like the album. Sometimes I like it as much as the Michael Schenker Group, the first album. So in 82, I think he was still going strong. And we're going to leave off in 83, well, it's going to be a short video, with Built to Destroy. I go back and forth on this record. It's not as good as Michael Schenker Group or Assault Attack, but it's got some good stuff on here. This CD has the original mix and the US mix, so you can compare. I always like it, when CDs give you that. What I'll write down here. Systems Failing, Red Sky, Rock My Nights Away, another generic title, right? And then Rock Will Never Die. These are songs I found interesting, but they're not great. So, he's still around. He went on to, let's see what these things look like. They all come with nice little sleeves. He's kind of had issues, like in his life about, he's kind of like very, very dramatic and mentally. I don't know how stable he is, but his guitar playing has always impressed me. And even though I don't, really follow him anymore, he was one of the pivotal guitar players of my youth. So I'll always look at these albums fondly. When I was a kid, the guitar was the preeminent instrument in rock music that attracted me to the genre. And if you could both be a great soloist and come up with great riffs, which Michael could, that was equally impressive to me. You know, like for instance, because not everybody can. Jimmy Page could. Jeff Beck could solo, but his riffs, I don't know. Richie Blackmore could do both. And I'm not saying that Jeff Beck is not a great guitar player, because he is. He's one of my favorites. In the end, I like him more than Michael. But I'm just saying, not everybody, Jerry Garcia could solo, but his riffs, Clapton, hard to say. He can certainly solo, but I think some of those Cream riffs were Jack Bruce compositions, or you think something like Cocaine, that he didn't write that either. So it's difficult, to be able to be an all-around guitar player like that and be versatile in those two areas. Anyways, Michael could do that. So I'm gonna try to squeeze in one more video before next weekend I'll be in San Diego for Easter. I'm liking this hard rock vein that I'm in right now. I got Iron Maiden coming up. I'm not quite ready to do Iron Maiden, but I will, I think, before the end of the month. Maybe I'll do Motorhead next. Matt, signing off.